Kids' Bedtime Stories, Jake and the Silly Sunglasses Fish. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jake who loved to make people laugh. He was always cracking jokes and playing pranks on his friends and family. One day, Jake's parents decided to take him on a camping trip in the woods. They set up their tent near a quiet river and spent the day hiking and enjoying nature. But as night fell, Jake noticed something strange. He heard a strange noise that sounded like someone laughing. He wondered who could be out in the woods at night. The next day, Jake and his family went fishing in the river. Jake was having a great time, but he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him. Suddenly, he heard a splash and turned around to see a fish jumping out of the water. But something was off. The fish was wearing a pair of sunglasses and had a silly grin on its face. Jake couldn't believe his eyes. He had never seen a fish wearing sunglasses before. He burst out laughing and showed his parents. They were just as surprised as Jake was. They had never seen anything like it before. But they all laughed together and decided that the fish must have a great sense of humor. From that day forward, Jake always remembered the silly fish and its sunglasses. He continued to make people laugh and share jokes with his friends and family, knowing that humor was the best way to bring people together. Olivia the Clown Jokester. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Olivia who loved to tell jokes. She had a natural talent for making people laugh, and she loved to see the joy on people's faces when they heard one of her funny jokes. One day, Olivia was walking through the park when she heard a group of people laughing. She followed the sound and saw a group of clowns performing on a small stage. Olivia was intrigued. She had never seen a clown before, and she was curious about their silly costumes and funny makeup. As she watched the clowns, Olivia had an idea. She ran home and put together her own clown costume. She painted her face with colorful makeup and put on a silly hat. When she returned to the park, Olivia pretended to be a clown and started telling jokes. The kids in the audience loved her jokes, and they laughed and giggled as Olivia performed. But just as Olivia was finishing up her act, a real clown walked onto the stage. He was a big, burly man with a red nose and oversized shoes. Olivia was surprised but decided to keep up her act. She continued to tell jokes and make the kids laugh, and the other clown joined in. Together, Olivia and the clown put on a hilarious show. They told jokes, performed magic tricks, and even did a silly dance. In the end, Olivia realized that making people laugh was what mattered most, no matter what kind of costume she wore or who she was performing with. She continued to share her jokes and bring laughter to people's lives, knowing that humor was a powerful tool for spreading joy and happiness. Ava's Time Machine Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Ava who loved science and exploring new things. One day, she stumbled upon an old book that claimed to contain instructions on how to build a time machine. Ava was intrigued, and she decided to try building the time machine herself. She spent hours tinkering with wires, gears, and circuits, and finally, she succeeded. The time machine was ready to go. With a sense of excitement and a touch of nervousness, Ava climbed into the time machine and set the dials for the year 1920. She hit the button, and in a flash of light, she was transported back in time. As she stepped out of the time machine, Ava was amazed by what she saw. The streets were filled with cars and people wearing old-fashioned clothes. She looked around, taking it all in, when suddenly she realized that she had forgotten to set the return time on the time machine. Ava panicked. She didn't know how to get back home, and she was stuck in the past. But then she remembered something her science teacher had said. There are infinite alternate realities, and every choice we make creates a new reality. Ava realized that she could use the time machine to travel to different alternate realities and find one where she could get back home. So she set the dials for a different reality and hit the button. In each new reality, Ava encountered different versions of herself, her family, and her friends. She saw worlds where she had made different choices and had different outcomes. She met people who looked and acted like her, but had different lives and experiences. Finally, after many tries, Ava found the reality she was looking for. She stepped out of the time machine and found herself back in her own time and place. Ava realized that time travel and alternate realities were not just exciting adventures, but also valuable lessons. She had learned that every choice we make creates a new reality, and that every reality is different and unique. She felt grateful for the experience and couldn't wait to see what other wonders the world had in store for her. Sweet dreams, dear child. May your slumber be peaceful and restful, and may you wake up feeling refreshed and ready for a new day full of adventure and wonder. Sleep tight, and remember that you are loved and cherished. Good night.